This is going to be big. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is back in the headlines. And, man, let me tell you something. So, there are a lot of people that believe that Tory Lanez never did anything to Meg Thee Stallion. There are a lot of people that say it was a setup, and Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in the California Department of Corrections, one of the most violent prison systems in America. And he became a victim in this system over here in California. He was brutally attacked. He suffered 2 collapsed lungs and had to be helicoptered out of the prison in order to save his life. And if Tory Lanez was set up, this is a very, very, very expensive setup. Tory Lanez just filed a $100 million lawsuit against the California Department of Corrections. I did over 2 decades in the California Department of Corrections. I know how foul things are. I know how foul medical is. I know how foul the cops can be. I know how foul the administration usually always is. I also know that every year there's approximately like $7 million. They have like I don't know how many billions it is now, but they have multi-billion dollars in budget for the California Department of Corrections. In that budget, they say there's around $7 million every year that are placed to the side to settle inmate lawsuits. Well, this is going to break the budget. Do I think Tory Lanez will get $100 million? I don't know. I know part of the lawsuit is not just the fact that he was attacked and stabbed. It was after the fact, after he was assaulted, his papers were confiscated. His writings were confiscated. And within those writings and those papers, he had songs that he had written. Future hits. And nobody knows how much he could have made. So he's able to speculate in a civil lawsuit. This is going to cost the taxpayers of California a lot of money. Do I think he's going to get $100 million? I don't know. Do I think he's going to get a lot of money? Absolutely. Absolutely. They're saying that he shouldn't have been housed with the killer. I don't know how Tory Lanez, how his points were assessed that high. But it's all going to come out. Within the California Department of Corrections, you aren't housed based upon crime. You're housed based upon your points. So I don't know how much weight that argument's going to have. But I'm sure Tory's going to have the best representation possible. And civil litigation attorneys get paid on the back end. They believe there's a case. They believe there's money to be made. And so there will be some money made. I feel like it's going to be a settlement. I don't see the CDC wanting to go all the way to trial. Not only would it be costly if they lose, but it's costly to have attorneys fight for you. The incident occurred in Tehachapi, and since then, Tory Lanez has been safely housed at CMC. Nothing will ever happen to him there. Nothing ever happens there. Nobody really knows why it happened. The person that allegedly did it has a horrible case. He's in prison for a horrible crime. And I think he spoke out on why he did what he did. But who knows what the truth is on why it happened. There's people, there's conspiracy theorists everywhere. There's a lot of people that believe the guy was paid off. I don't believe it. That's easy to track. Somebody with a case like his, I would think, doesn't go to store often. Probably shouldn't have many people looking out for him. And so it would be noticeable if he all of a sudden came into some money and started going full draw to canteen, getting packages and stuff like that. Excuse me. That would stand out. I know that whatever amount of money Tory Lanez gets, it doesn't take the place of the time spent in prison. I say it a lot on my channel, especially in my lives. The most precious thing we have as human beings is our time, because we don't have much of it. We don't live very long compared to other, animals and trees and shit like that, right? We don't live very long. And so if Tory Lanez is innocent, even one day of incarceration is too much, let alone years, and then almost losing your life. If Tory Lanez is guilty of what he was convicted of, then he deserves to be in there, and whatever happens to you in prison, that's a part of prison living. That's a part of prison life. But if Tory Lanez is truly innocent, then he deserves $100 million. Because it would hopefully make people think twice about allegedly setting someone up. What for, though? I don't get what for. Like, I've heard these people say that, the DNA, all these different arguments, and I just wonder, why would the prosecutors want to be in on this? I've heard people say he's gonna get out. I don't know that the CDC can make that type of deal where take this amount of money and we'll let you out of prison. I don't believe that's possible. Once a sentence is handed down and your time is added up, you got to do that time. Now, it's different if there's no evidence and it's proven that Tory Lanez was innocent. Then he has another lawsuit for malicious prosecution, and he will get paid for every single day he was incarcerated. So the state's in a jacked up spot no matter what. I don't understand why a celebrity was placed in that prison. I get that it was either SNY or 50-50 yard. My understanding, that's a SNY yard. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I don't care. But a celebrity like that should have been housed at CMC from the jump. The CDC rolled the dice and they crapped out. Tory Lanez has gone through some stuff. And now the CDC and by default, the taxpayers are going to pay for it. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.